Make sure you stick around until the end to see how you can win free gear and products. Hey, this is PJ with CLK Supplies, and I'm going to be going over everything that you need to know about the TOY 44D Toyota transponder key, which is one of the top 10 transponder keys in the USA today. All right, now everything that I'm going to be talking about is going to be available in a PDF document below. You can print it out, you can store it. This is really just going to have all the condensed information on one sheet for a quick reference. Now the TOY 44D was actually around for a long time. Toyota started putting it out into the market in around 2003, and it went all the way until 2011, even a little longer in some cases. Now, if you really think about it, with the amount of vehicles that were being sold, that is a lot of years. So it's no surprise that this key is in the top 10 in 2021. Now let's talk about a very easy way to identify this TOY 44D, because this is the deal. Now, if you're not too new, this is probably gonna be new information. If you've been around for a while, you know what I'm talking about. Now, that is the TOY 44D and the TOY 44G, which came after it, and then the TOY 44H, which came after it, all look the same, all visually look the same. On top of that, the key before the TOY 44D, which is the TOY 43AT4, that also looks the same. So essentially, you have 4 different transponder keys that run from, I think it was like 98, the TOY 43AT4 came in, 98-ish. And then the H chip, that's even being used in 2020 vehicles, right? And so you have over 2 decades of essentially the same looking key. Now, of course, the chip is different in each one. We'll be getting into that here in a minute. But I just wanted to kind of bring this up because I think it's important. But I want to show you a quick way that you can identify all of them simply. So the TOY 43AT4 has nothing on it, okay? It just looks like a normal transponder key, same head, and it's real simple, okay? So that's plain. Now the TOY 44D, which is the one we're going over in this video, there's actually like a little marking on it, like a little dimple. It's almost like someone took their center punch and just punched a little tiny dimple in it. Next, the TOY 44G and then the TOY 44H actually have a G or a H inscribed on the blade of the key right next to the head, in the same place that you were to find the dimple. So just by visually looking at one of the keys, you're going to be able to, just by knowing this information, it's really going to help you out, okay? Now, the exception to this, of course, is the aftermarket world, right? The Wild Wild West. And in the Wild Wild West, well, everyone does whatever they want. So you can get a H or a G or a D with nothing on it, right? I've even seen marker used in some circumstances where a marker was actually written on it. So although it's a good rule of thumb, right, and it's more true than untrue, in the standard spec world, you're going to be able to always identify it based on the nothing or the dimple or the G or the H. But like I said, in the aftermarket world, Wild Wild West, well, I mean, it's really whatever. So just keep that in mind. But for the most part, you'll find that helpful because you'll be able to easily identify the key. Now the chip used in the TOY 44D is the Texas Instruments 4D67 encrypted chip. Now this is going to be your standard ceramic / wedge style of chip. They're pretty small and pretty durable. Now when it comes to the test key is just going to be your standard TR47. So if you cut automotive keys or you do a lot of Toyotas, you're really gonna wanna stock up on the TR47 blade because like I was talking about, it was actually used before these transponder keys, and with even some 2020s, it's still being used, you know, today. It's a very popular one. Now when it comes to replacement shells, as you know, I like to recommend the JMA replacement shells, and the part number is a TP00TOYO-15.P. And by the way, I've kind of went over this part number a few different times, but what I haven't really talked about is the very beginning of that TP00. That means there's no chip in it, okay? So that's what that means, a little quick fact there for you. Now when it comes to the code series, okay, the code series for the TOY44D, it only uses one, and that is the 50,000 to 69,999. Now this is a 10-cut system, and this code series actually goes all the way on up through both the G and the H chips as well. Now when it comes to cutting the TOY44D, you can probably guess by now it's a pretty important one to understand how to duplicate because of the wide variety of not only this key, but all of the other keys that use this same blade. So let me go ahead, let's get a key machine and let's cut one together. All right, now, so here's, the TOY44D. You can see the little dimple right there. But since we're just having fun here, I'm going to just use a TR47 key that I'm going to be duplicating, okay? So I have a TOY44D, right here that we'll get to cutting. Now let's talk about securing this key into the jaw, right? Now, your standard practice, a standard thing you're gonna think is, well, we'll put it in right here on the groove and like that, and then we'll go ahead and take this tip stop here, we'll get that put in, we'll get it aligned. And that's typically, the first, thought when it comes to actually aligning these keys, which is all fine and dandy, right? I mean, side A or side 1 is really all you ever have to use for the most part for these keys. And you can do it just like this. And as you can see, unlike the NI04 key that we were talking about, this actually has a decent amount of meat right here at the end that you can grip onto. But if you're a little nervous about that, depending on the cuts, you can always, right? Just slide it all the way up, tip stop it at the end, and that's going to give you that extra security as far as, material to grab on to the key. Now, I do want to talk about, if you have two-way jaws, you don't have four-way jaws, you only have a two-way jaw, something that happens a lot is the keys start flying out, right? And so Ilco actually makes these adapters. I'll put a link to the notes below, and you get these two little tiny pieces right here. And let me see if I can get the camera to pick up what they look like. Hopefully you can see that good. There's like a little ridge right here, and essentially is what this ridge is for, is to put it on one side of the keyway here, just like this. So it's sitting actually in that keyway groove. Now, when I turn it over like this, what you can see is it essentially flattens it all out on the other side there. So as what you do is you put it in face down, and instead of putting it on the groove, you actually just put it all the way into the machine like this. Okay, so if we get it in like that, we can get our tip stop put in here. We do that, and then just push it all the way in. Now, as you can see, cutting it like this, I mean, that's essentially, the bulletproof way to do it. You're gonna be able to go through, not have a problem. So if you struggle with these, or, you wanna just use the adapters, they are available, they're pretty inexpensive, and I'll put a link so you can buy them from us, no problem. So let me go ahead and pull that back out. So there's one for each side, right? So we'd put one on this key, and then on the key we were gonna duplicate, we would put the other one. Now, I'm going to just set those aside here, and let's just cut it without those, right? Because, I mean, although the shims adapters help a lot, let's get real world here and cut this key together. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to cut it just the standard way here. And I want to just go over once again, if you haven't watched too many of my key cutting videos, I'll go over a technique that just by doing it the standard way, just like this, you'll be able to cut it without a problem. So let me go ahead and get this TR47 put in, just like that. We can get to cutting. All right, so what we're gonna do is something I call the shaving technique. So I'm not gonna hit each one all the way down. I'm gonna shave it. I'm gonna just kind of shave halfway through, then come back and get it again, and then cut it normally. So that's something you can do if you wanna just use this type of setup. So let's go ahead and turn it on and get to work. So I'm just gonna bring it in here. I'm just gonna go about halfway. So I'm going about halfway on that. Of course, I'm only gonna go down to about right here. You never wanna hit the tip. I'm gonna come back through and just kind of play clean up a little bit there. And then I'm gonna do one more time just to keep it good. So by using that shaving technique and doing it this way, really ensures that you're not going to have any problems. Okay, so let me flip this key around. We'll go ahead and put the tip stop back in. We'll get it aligned. Let's go ahead and cut the other side here. Okay, see I did the same thing there. I'm just going to bring it back gently. Now I'm going to go through and do it the way I normally would on a key that's not as secure. Now the main reason I'm doing it this way is because I really want you to understand how you can do it with a two-sided jaw or on A, and how you can do it, you know, with relative ease. So there you have it. That's how you can cut the TOI 44D, or really any TR47 key on side A or side 1 without the adapters, even though they're available. So there you have it. That's everything that I think that you need to know about the TOI 44D. Make sure you download the PDF in the notes below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this key. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. All right. Connor, you ready for this, man? Oh, whoa. If this... Hey, this is PJ with CLK Supplies, and I'm gonna be going on. What in the world, dude? Blade cover. So let me go and let's get a key machine, and let's go ahead and cut the key together. No. Hello. Hey, this is PJ with CLK Supplies, and I'm gonna be going over. No, tomorrow's fine. Cool. Bye. I'm guessing if you just watched this video that you work with locks and keys. And to us here at CLK Supplies, that makes you a lock boss. And we want to hook you up. Here's how it works. Throughout the week, we post videos on YouTube, like the one you just watched. And all you need to do is comment on the videos and include the hashtag LockBoss. When you do this, you're automatically entered in to win one of 5 free prizes that we give out each and every week. No purchase necessary. So if you're a lock boss, join us each week to learn, grow, and win.